This is weird to me.
Yeah, overheads. I usually have just.
Yeah, so like I said, I'm so used to just digging in on something, some kind of hardware.
We're having some small issues, but we are streaming.
Are we streaming?
We're live.
Ooh.
Nice.
Well, hello to the Plank Podcast.
Yes.
This is brought to you by Day of Bliss, which is now Ramen Head, and Nick Eminefin Hagenson, along with Brett Marcuson. I almost said Robertson like I said I was going to say Marcuson. It's worse. Marcus's son.
Son of Marcus.
The son of Marcus. Very good. I'm a burger, so what the hell does that mean? I'm a son of a...
A weight of a burger?
Yeah. I don't know. I had many a student ask me if they can call me Mr. Hamburger. I was like, nope. Cut him off right there on the spot.
No.
Like...
Show some respect.
Yeah, well... It would be funny for a minute, but then the restaurant is going to take it too far. So you just got to cut it off at the source.
Yeah.
So this is the first time we've met.
Yes, it is.
Which is awesome. And then we got this fancy new studio thing that we're set up here, and I got nothing for my hands, so I know I got to talk a lot. And the last time we did this, it was really freeing for me because I didn't have to think about like anything about what camera we're playing, or I got to listen to what question I'm going to ask next and all that. It was just really cool. Yeah. So I get into some weird, bizarre stuff. It kind of gets into Joe Rogan-y type things just because I think it's fun.
Why not?
Yeah, basically, I think
Excellent.
It's fun. But you're of fame of guitars and Flatland.
Yes.
Okay, and then I was looking, it was guitars and...
Lutherie.
I keep thinking Guthrie again, so there we go. I don't know, my brain isn't working today. Lutherie. So what is Lutherie for all those out there that maybe like I think of as Luther Ford,
Yeah, Luther Vandross.
Yeah, exactly.
It turned into building and repair.
Okay.
So a lute instrument.
A lute instrument.
Like the old
well, this is great. We're getting some history on this.
This is what I nerd about on the guitar side, but luthier would be like a lute builder, violin builder. And that's like the true Lutherie, like Stradivarius stuff, the building of an instrument with
that's
the
sound.
sound.
I know of it as, yeah.
Yep. And then it kind of just morphed into overall building, repair of instruments. So
string
nice
repair.
String repair, yeah.
And that's what you do. What got you started in all that in the first place? Because
I like guitars. That's when I was a kid, my brothers blasted Metallica. So Enter Sandman was like, that's heavy. Listened to a lot of metal. I'm like, I want to play guitar. And I got a guitar, and I just played it. And then I liked more guitars, and I got a job at Marguerite's where I could get paid and play guitar.
That's what we were talking about. Was that you working at Marguerite's, and I said, well, at the end years. So that was in the new building.
I started in 2007, and they moved in 2001.
Okay. Because I only think I've been in that building maybe 3 or 4 times ever.
Yeah.
And the old building that they had by the Holiday Mall, if anyone can remember what that was, that's where Best Buy actually came in. It was right in the parking lot. I don't know, we spent hours there with old Marguerite herself.
Yep.
We've had some people on at least on my old podcast, talking about like where Marguerite came from, and I think they had like 3 or 4 shops out there and something.
They had Jamestown originally, another Jamestown, which I think they ended up making it one, and then 74 they moved to town.
Yeah,
up to Moorhead.
And they have one in South Dakota as well.
Nope. Just the Jamestown.
I'm making that part
moved over to Moorhead.
And
then the old Holiday Mall, and they moved over when the city kicked them out. That was another long story.
That's what happened. Okay.
They built that new development. That's booming.
So that's the whole thing, is that in Fargo, for a long time there, I wanted to build a music store, and I just thought that'd be like the coolest thing ever. But then basically, the only music stores around were pawn shops. Because after Marguerite's kind of died, and you guys came in, and then I was teaching lessons at a Tone Syndicate, which would have been your rivals or competition, whatever you want to call it.
They started before us. There was, back in the day, DeVos.
Oh, I remember that name.
40s, 50s, and I don't know when they closed, but they were like kind of the original Fargo shop downtown.
Okay.
And then Davy B's.
That's what I was
Beehive Music. Kind of helped Margs get into town, so to speak. I remember they were selling out of a semi, by the stories, when they first moved here.
Oh, really? Marguerite was? Okay.
Yeah, so they had
selling out of the trunk.
Like an old school thing is putting a sticker on all your gear, on all your amps. but everything they sold, they'd put a Marguerite sticker. And so it's little fun histories.
You
they used
still
to have,
find there's a bunch of stickers in
I'm
this
sure,
room alone.
Marguerite's Jamestown and the Marguerite's Jamestown Moorhead transition years.
Oh,
You
wow.
see a lot of that.
There's
come
some
through still,
history there.
you know. Then, Margs was kind of the big place. They were the mecca, so to speak. They did everything. Drums, PA, guitars, keyboards. They had all the brands. And then back when there was more traveling musicians playing 6 nights a week, I mean, that was the stop for, for all the musicians.
That was everybody.
Before the
We're
internet.
gonna have to pause the stream for a second.
Pause the stream.
I'm so sorry. This
Don't
is
cross
voice
the
of God,
streams.
and we're gonna have to change a few settings on my end. I am so sorry. Just give me. So we're gonna be
Okay.
black for a couple minutes.
We got a technical difficulty page.
I do not.
Please
But
stand
I had
by.
to stop the stream regardless to fix these problems. So
Should get that one like The Simpsons where it shows the drunk guy.